Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. For those that aren't familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. We have a little bit over 340,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We have a little bit over 150,000 members within our free trading community. And if you guys want to stay connected, again, it is free. Be sure to click that third link or fourth link in the description if you guys haven't checked that out already. You guys definitely don't have to. It's just if we have that free Facebook group and a free Discord chat where we talk together as a group. I also do offer my private course group, right? Those are the people that get to watch me trade live every single morning. And for all those that are interested in that, I would encourage you to stay tuned to the very end of the video, as it would be in your benefit. And again, that's that first or second link in the description as well. So what's going on, guys? As you guys can see, there's people commenting live right now. You should be able to see the little live chat that we have going on. I'm going to be saying what's up to you guys. So what's going on, Peter? What's going on, Mr. Otto? What's going on, Seth? What's going on? Oh, there we go. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Nolan, Luke, Mike? What's up? What's up? How's your guys' day going? Oh, there we go. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Nolan, Josh, John, Zachary? Where are you guys coming from today? So again, I'm from Arizona, or I'm not from Arizona. I'm actually from Orange County, California. But yeah, right now I live in Arizona. I'm a student for my senior year at the ASU Polytechnic campus. Dang, my goodness. As you guys can see, this is pretty much what our community is, right? So we come from all over the world, right? People coming from not just the United States, but as you guys can see, all over the world. And we come together as a group and we talk about, for our Sunday Stock Talk, the top stocks that we see value in as a group together. None of the stocks that we break down, as you guys know, are any stock suggestions. These are simply when we come together as a group and we simply just try to plan out and prepare for this upcoming week. Let's make sure that we focus on whatever stocks are actively trending up, showing signs of an uptrend. And one thing that I think that we did very well last week is not trying to predict or identify a reversal, but really just trying to focus on whatever is already actively trending up. So I really do want to thank you guys again for tuning in. And let's go ahead and get right to it. So let's go ahead and check this out. Let me know what you guys think about the stream quality. For those that are having issues, I do want to let you guys know that there is a little wrench on the settings option, and you guys can bring up the quality just to make sure that the stream quality is a little bit better. But I'm going to go ahead, and if you guys want me to break down a stock, it has to be in that ticker call out format, so it's going to have to be like this. So thank you again, Bianca, for putting it in the ticker call out format. Don't just put your ticker symbol. If you put your ticker symbol, I'm not going to break it down. So you have to do this, and then make sure that you tag me as well. So at Ricky Gutierrez, just so I can see that it's highlighted orange. It makes it a lot easier for me to be able to see it. So I'll start off with so MU and AES. What's going on, Isaiah? So let's go ahead and check this out. So be sure to copy it, because again, I'm not going to be able to see all of them as we post them. So you're going to have to paste it maybe a couple times before I see it. So ticker symbol AES. And the thing that I think I do a little bit different than maybe other people when they go live on YouTube is I really like breaking down stocks together with you. So I like sharing my thought process, but I also like getting your opinion, and we break them down as a group. So I hope that this is something that you can participate in, and something that you would see of value, right? It's not just me telling you what I think, but it's us going back and forth, which I think is a little bit more effective. At least that's a little bit more effective for me when I'm in school as well. So one thing that I like about AES, what's one thing that we could say when it comes down to the overall direction? What is it that we could say about AES? So AES has been showing signs of a pretty consistent uptrend pattern, right? Looking at the 180-day analysis, it tends to do normally a good job based on this 180-day chart to hold above this 180-day chart. 180-day SMA, this is this green line right here. And then again, so it sold off, pushed up about 14.25, had a nice little sell-off, did some consolidation right around $13. Do you see that? So right around this area right here. Come on. There we go. And now it's showing signs of an uptrend. It broke above the 180-day chart. The overall reversal of pattern and the buy confirmation happened right around this general area when it broke above the EMA. We can see that the MACD started pushing up, the RSI started pushing up, showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Now the question is, how much more is it going to go up, and is it something that I potentially want to invest in this week? The thing that I really like about this one is that there is the next resistance I would see to be right around $14. right? And then its overall highs are around 14.25. So I like the overall direction. I like how it's been pushing up. I think on Friday I had a really green day, right? So I think it would also make sense, although it's pushing up, don't be afraid to wait for a pullback confirmation. So something when I talk about like what a pullback confirmation is I like that, you know, AES is showing signs of an ongoing uptrend. So when it pulls back, it tends to, you know, let's see. Man, my mouse isn't working very well today. But as it pushes up, it pulls back and it doesn't go as low as it did before. So this is pretty much the direction that we would like it to continue to go, as long as it continues to make higher highs, and as long as when it does pull back, so when it has a sell-off, it doesn't go as low as it did before. So I would like to follow up with AES. I'm going to set a couple of alerts, and it definitely is pushing up already, you know, for the week. So this is just something that I'm going to have to follow up with. I'm going to add this to my list, and then we can go from there. And then going on to the next one, I think that ticker symbol was ticker symbol MU. So now looking at ticker symbol MU, can you guys help me out with this one? So when it comes down to, no, of course, thank you, Isaiah, for shouting it out and for tuning in. When it looks down to the overall direction of MU, and again, I want you guys to know that this is my opinion. In no way, you know, are these any, like, are all of these great callouts or bad callouts? Like, it's all my opinion and based on my style of trading. Why would I find ticker symbol MU to be less attractive, right? So looking at this overall pattern, why would I find this to be less attractive than, let's say, AES, right? Like, what is it about ticker symbol MU that maybe wouldn't be, you know, a reason why I would want to invest in it so actively or so aggressively right now? It doesn't mean that it's not a good buy, right? I'm not saying that, but what about it, right? So overall downtrend pattern, let's say downtrending, yeah, very easy to understand that, right? So how is it that everyone can see that there's a pattern with ticker symbol MU that's pushing down? Well, first of all, it showed signs of a peak formation with this SMA line, right? And ever since then, as you guys can see right here and right here, it's been getting rejected by this SMA line. The SMA line is acting as a resistance. I think that's very easy to tell. Also, right here, and right here, we can see that it's making lower lows. Therefore, as it pulls back and it pushes up, and then it sells off, it tends to go lower than it did before. That's not the most attractive pattern about it, right? And then as it pushes up, it doesn't go as high as it did before. So again, it's making lower lows and lower highs as well. Now, it is showing signs of a potential reversal, and it can 100% continue to push up. Also, just watch out for its earnings report. Earnings can be both a positive and negative catalyst. Looking at the last time that it went through earnings, again, let's just make sure that we take into consideration that it was very overpriced at this point. It would make sense on, you know, after this earnings on why it sold off so much, that it could also be a little dangerous if it goes through its earnings and it could cause another sell-off. Just again, I have a video talking about earnings and why I don't personally hold stocks during earnings. It's my style. Doesn't mean that that's something that you have to follow. Just wanted to share kind of my thought process with you in that sense. So overall, I do like that it did break above the 180-day EMA. I feel like or it looks like we have a couple days until its earnings. So you might get a couple green days. I would see a resistance right around $46. We could almost see signs of a peak formation with the MACD, and also again just the descending pattern. So I would just find ticker symbol MU at its current state to be a little bit more at a higher risk. That's all. The risk is a little bit higher. It doesn't mean that it can't make you money. It just means that the risk is a little bit higher. There's certain indicators that are not playing on to my favor, and because of that, I just probably won't trade it. So I just want to share that with you guys. Let's see. Wait. Yeah, I just saw it too, Ishmael. That's hilarious. So I like to buy at the peak to sell at the dip. It's a way for me giving back to the community. That is freaking hilarious. So what he's saying is like he likes to buy when it peaks out and then sell at the bottom, and that's his form of way of giving back. Obviously, he's just joking. He's a very active member with Learn, Plan, Profit and TechBud Solutions as well. So if you see his messages, sometimes he does joke around a lot. So. All right, let's go to the next one. So we got Deborah with ticker symbol ADBE. So what is, okay, now I think this is one that want to talk to you guys about. So what is it about ADBE? So this is one that was brought to my attention last week. Why would I not want to buy this right now? So ADBE, okay, the SMA is pushing up. It's showing signs of a very strong uptrend pattern, right? It's a continuous uptrend pattern. It looks like it's pushing up. Why would I potentially not want to buy this? And again, this is my opinion. So in no way does this mean that you do or do not have to buy it. Just want to make sure that we make that clear. So overextended, duh. I like it, okay. Not a value, overbought. There's the specific word, crap RSI. I like that you guys are very aggressive with your terms. I like it. So there's one specific, when I look to invest in something, I'm looking for something, for a good something. And right now, this is not a good something. There we go. So not a good deal, right? I think that's the easiest way to get to put into perspective. So many people are so disconnected with the stocks that they are trading. They just see numbers, they see patterns, and it's very difficult for them to make sense of it. But if you bring it down again to the very basics, and you talk about making sure that every time that you invest in anything, regardless if it's in the stock market, in real estate, in buying and reselling cars, and starting a business, you focus on getting a good deal, right? I'm buying a lot of furniture right now for my new house. I want to make sure that I get the best deal possible. When it comes down to investing in stocks, I really like ADBE showing signs of an uptrend pattern. It's very attractive. It's a very healthy stock, right? Within the past 180 days, based on what I could go off of. But look at this. Look at this pattern. It pushes up, it sells off. Pushes up, sells off. Pushes up, sells off. Pushes up, and then it makes sense why it would sell off, right? Look at the RSI. A little bit more on the overbought side. It does not mean that it cannot continue to go up. That's not the point of this. The point is that I'm not getting a good deal. I could be a little bit more patient, wait for the sell-off, wait for the consolidation, right? So wait for the sell-off, wait for the consolidation, and then when it starts showing signs of an uptrend pattern and it really starts to push up, this is, at this point right here, due to its overall pattern and direction, that's where the opportunity cost is going to be at its peak. It's going to be at its best, right? Where I can make the most money possible. And I think that's something where we can try to refine ourselves as traders. Yes, you can take a position tomorrow on a stock that offers a 0.05% potential for profit. But was it worth the time? Was it worth the effort? Was it worth the risk? Was it a good deal, right? Or you could be patient, maybe not take a position for the first day, for the second day, but then you wait for the third day and it's a stock that shows 5 to 10% margin of profit. The opportunity cost is there, the direction is there, and the overall deal is there. And that one, again, being patient, being selective, and be disciplined and making sure that you take a position when it's a good deal. So again, just want to share that with you guys. I love the pattern on ADBE. I just think that it's a little bit more on the overextended side and it would be due for a pullback. Just my 2 cents. 100% this thing can continue to push up, and that's not something that I would really see happening, but it 100% can happen. Just based on previous patterns, it would make sense to me on why it would pull back, and I should wait on that. So yeah, thank you again. Whoa, there's a little fly. I'm going to day trade. All right, here we go. So Zurich is ticker symbol A. Okay. All right, here we go. So ticker symbol A, I'm going to go a little bit quicker with these breakdowns. So ticker symbol A was showing signs of a continuous downtrend pattern. It looks like it might start showing signs of this potential reversal where the SMA line used to act as a resistance. Now it's acting as a support. So again, resistance, 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 resistance. Breaks above it, pulls back, does a pullback confirmation, and pushes above it. So now it's showing signs of it making higher highs instead of lower lows. So that's definitely something that we want to pay a lot of attention to. And also, let's look at that 1 year analysis. Okay, it definitely does look like it's trying to make a recovery. Going back to the 180-day analysis, it just would make more sense. Again, I just find this to be much more on the overbought side wait for a pullback closer to the SMA line and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create an alert here. I'm also going to put an alert on both sides, either if it goes up or if it goes down as we get closer to the SMA line. And why is it that I want to wait to the SMA line? Again, because if it pushes up and it pulls back, and then it bounces here and continues to push up, it's a much better deal here than it was up here, right? So it doesn't mean that I have to buy here on the bounce. It just means that, again, I'm waiting for the confirmation that it's going to bounce around the SMA line, and once it starts to make higher highs, again, its overall direction is pushing up, so I might have a better chance of making more money, right? So yeah, that's my breakdown on ticker symbol A. I'm just going to add this one to my pending reversal watch list and go from there. So thank you again for that call out. So what's the study that, where was that? What is the green line study? It's the SMA line, so simple moving average. I have a video both on YouTube and in the Learn Plan Profit course about it. All right. Let's see, so William calling out ticker symbol ZS. What's going on, William? Thank you again for tuning in. Okay. Volume's okay. 180-day chart, we can see that it's doing a really good job holding above this SMA line. So that's a pretty good job. It's definitely pushing up. It's a little bit more on the oversold side, right? Its overall direction right now is kind of still getting rejected by this EMA line, right? It's definitely not pointing up. So that's something that I would look out for, right? When I want to invest in something, I want not only that its big picture pattern and direction is pushing up, but that when I buy it, right, that it's making higher highs and stuff like that. And it's just consolidating right now, and I would just be a little bit more patient for that overall entry. So I'm going to set a couple alerts here, and I'm also going to set a couple alerts to see if it continues to sell off, just so we could follow up with it. So I think that this one's one that we can add to that pending reversal watch list. So thank you again for that nice little call out. Let's see. Yeah, for those that are asking what brokerage I'm using, I talk about it in every video. It's a TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. So it's not a platform that you have to use. You feel free to do your thing. So appreciate that, man. Thank you, Willem. Really do appreciate your time and you tuning into the live stream. So okay, so Hugo, I was going to talk about this one anyways. This is TNDM. So thank you again for that call out. So TNDM is one that I have in my watch list. On this 180-day chart, I think it's been doing a beautiful job showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern. It did a really good job last week from when we talked about it. So it had a push up, sold off, consolidated last week after it broke above the EMA line. And when it hit its peak at $52, it did an absolute amazing job just killing it for the week, right? If it lets me click it here, my mouse is being very annoying. And where it peaked out a little bit, almost 15% return is what it had within 1 week, and then it had a sell-off, right? The thing that I like about TNDM, and again, this is my opinion, is how consistent and just how consistent it is, right? Looking at the over 180-day chart and how much it pushes up, again, it pushes up and sells off. It does everything that every other normal stock does, but its overall direction, I just really like how healthy in my eyes it's viewed, right? Because of this pullback, I would say that it should consolidate right around $45. Again, there is no signs of a bounce just yet. The MACD is still pointing down. It's still descending. The RSI is still pointing down. So I wouldn't force an entry. I would be very patient on this one. This is one that we talked about in our Sunday stock talk. And it's just one that I'll follow up with. I have a series of alerts set up here for when it breaks above the EMA line. If this thing starts to make higher highs, there's no reason that I would, not take a position on it if it meets my criteria when I follow up with it and stuff like that. So I really like its direction. I really like its pattern. As of right now, I think it might have a little bit more to sell off. So we'll just have to be a little bit more patient on that. So yeah, that's really just it. So thank you again for the call out, or for the reminder, yeah. So Nolan is talking about ticker symbol TLRY. I'm not a huge fan of this one, as many of you guys might know why. I think that it's going through a lot of manipulation. Its earnings isn't there. If I'm not mistaken, this is a cannabis stock, right? It doesn't have even 180 days of, an analysis or anything like that. You can see its normal volume, and then you can see this huge influx of volume and how overextended it is. Its overall, direction and how it's moving is definitely pushing up. So I would kind of just go based off of that. I would really focus and understand that this thing might not hold for a very long period of time. So I would be very uneasy about holding this specific stock for a swing trade. My opinion, my 2 cents, it's just I get very sketched out when I see a bunch of people promoting this in stock twits. I just think that there's a bunch of marketing probably behind it, and because of that, I wouldn't view it as a as a swing trade. I would view it as a day trade. Again, that's my 2 cents. Doesn't mean anything to you. If you're comfortable with it, great. I did a really nice job last week holding above the SMA line, but again, on Friday we got the confirmation of a potential pullback, so let's just be very careful about if its direction starts to change. So can you do more videos about swing trading? Yeah. The reason that I kind of stopped, Brian, just to show that, I talked about it very briefly, is because of the market volatility. The market's been pulling back and it's been a little bit more unstable within the past couple of weeks, and because of that I just felt like it was a little bit more risky to swing trade. I was having a lot more red days than I was normally by swing trading, so that's why I focused a little bit less. So definitely I'll follow up with that and stuff like that. So okay, so we got right here call out for ticker symbol MELI, 180-day chart. Christian Rios is saying, Ricky's the type of dude to sleep in a race car bed. Yeah, if my parents ever bought me one when I was younger, but no, definitely not. I would 100% sleep in a race car bed. That's hilarious. Okay, so ticker symbol MELI. Let's check this out. Okay, volume's a little bit low on this one. All right. We can see that it is finding a support. There's a lot of consolidation around this price point. Do you see this? I'm going to be very conservative. That's something that, again, that's my kind of style. At least that's what I really like to share. I don't want to be super risky, super aggressive, or anything like that. Do you guys see this pattern? Like we like to talk about price points within a stock of when something is more on the overbought side and when something is more on the oversold side. So do you see when it sold off, it started to really consolidate. It really started to hold up and do a very nice job holding around this area around like 310 to 320 both times, right? So it built a support around this general area. The MACD looks good, all that looks good. Right now it's below the SMA line, that's why I set my alert here. And we can set a couple other alerts for when this thing starts to make higher highs. And again, it's very good to have an understanding of maybe when something is much more on the overbought side or a better price point to sell. So I would say around 360 to 370. Yes, it has hit highs of 380 and beyond that, but again, you're just getting to price points within that area that might just be a little bit riskier and maybe hoping that it hits that price point again and doesn't actually do it. I just think 370 is a nice little medium, right? So overall, so let's say you get at an average price of nothing like super crazy. Let's say 340, right? So let's say take some at 340 is a price point that you get in at, and then it pushes up to highs of, let's say on average, 365. That's almost 10% return. Obviously, you can get in at a much better price point than that, but there is no confirmation just yet. And yes, it does offer a much larger margin of profit, but what I like to focus on is making sure that you're investing in something that's actively trending up. And one thing that I like to focus on is asking yourself the question, is ticker symbol MELI a good buy right now? In my eyes, no. It's in that good buy price point, as in like this price range, right? So around 320 to 330, based on where it normally bounces at. The MACD looks good, the RSI looks good, but its overall direction, it's not making higher highs, right? And it's not pulling back and making higher lows. So because of that, I would be getting in a little bit too early. The EMA line is not pointing up, right? Like it made sense on why I'd potentially want to invest in it around this area because the EMA line is pointing up. But when it was here and when it was consolidating, the risk is still a little bit too high. Its direction is still unknown. I don't know if it's going to bounce and continue to push up or if it's going to continue to make lower lows. So I think being very patient is very important, and also making sure that you don't force an entry to get in too early and hope to get in for the best price and then it continues to descend. I think that's something that I've done multiple times, and just sharing based on my opinion. I think it would make sense on why, especially in today's market, to be extremely selective and extremely patient before you take your position. And yeah, thank you again for that nice little call out. You guys have nothing but call outs today. You guys are killing it. So I'm going to add this one to the pending reversal watch list. Let's see this. Okay, it's ticker symbol FTAI. Okay, I could probably tell that the volume is a little bit lower on this one. Yeah, so I personally would not trade this. That's just my opinion. Looking at its overall direction, tends to be a little bit more on the overextended side when it hits highs of $19, right? And its overall direction looks like it's trying to make higher highs. No sign. Its overall direction right now is pulling back, but I would like to follow up with it maybe when it starts to show more signs of a potential reversal, and if it validates the SMA line as a support. So yeah, I would wait on this one in my opinion. So I would set an alert to follow up with it if it starts to push up. So ticker symbol SOXL. Okay, so SOXL, I think we've talked about this one. We talked about this one maybe 1 week ago when it was around that 140, 150 price point. So overall highs is around 170. Do you guys see this consolidation? Lows around 140. This is normally where it tends to bounce at. It doesn't mean 100% that it has to bounce, it just means that it does sometimes. It looks like it's now pushing and showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Again, really nice. When is it a good time to sell? Well, based on previous patterns, around 165 to 170. It makes a lot of sense why this can act as a resistance. Again, having a better understanding at what price points and stuff like that, these tend to become a little bit more on the overextended side. So I have my alert already set right here for the break above 161. It's doing a really nice job on this, pushing up. I would like to follow up with this one, so I'm just going to have it there. And looking at it at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, volume is a little bit low, especially during the closing hours. So it's just something that we'll have to follow up with and be very careful about on how aggressive, we take our positions and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah. So just a friendly reminder, if you are calling out a stock, I won't be breaking any stock down that is just called out with the ticker symbol. It has to be in the whole call out format. So thank you again, Alec. CVNA. Okay. Carvana. Wow. Holy moly. Can we break this one down together as a group? So what's something that about CVNA that some of us might find attractive? What would it be? So SMA line pushing up, showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern, right? Making higher highs, overall direction, showing signs of an uptrend pattern. What is, consistent uptrend, and that's something that I personally find very attractive. If it's not something that you like, 100%, we all have our different trading styles. What is something that maybe we might want to wait for? So, like, what do you guys buy CVNA right now? So look, the MACD, if I'm like, look Ricky, the MACD is starting to show signs of an uptrend or a reversal, right? The RSI looks like it's at the same territory it was when it reversed last time, right? What is something that we could wait for? What's one indication of when something is showing signs of an uptrend that we could wait for? So needs confirmation above the EMA line, I like that one. Breaks above the EMA line, I like it. But what is the pattern? So the EMA line is what happens, but what is the pattern of when this happens that it gives us a confirmation that it's starting to show signs of an uptrend? So the MACD crossover, that could be one, but there's one specific thing that I'm looking for. Let's see. There we go. So Riley. Riley is the first one that I saw. Maybe there's someone else that said that. Where is it? My goodness. Here we go. So higher highs and higher lows, 100%. So how do you know when something is starting to show signs of an uptrend? When it starts to make higher highs, right? So when it starts to break resistance levels and when it really starts to push up. So one thing that I'm going to do, and it's what happens after it breaks above the EMA line because it starts to make higher highs. But I don't just like the higher highs, I like the pullback confirmations, the higher lows as well. So I'm going to set an alert for this potential reversal, and I'm going to add this to my watch list because right now it's not showing signs of an uptrend. It's kind of consolidating. So because of that, I'm going to do this very quick breakdown. So I find this to be a support, right? Just based on the patterns from the last pullback, pulling back right now, and I would identify this to be where it's going to be consolidating. So around this area right here. So a lot of consolidation. Then when it breaks around this area and then the EMA line starts to point up, I would identify 70 to be a price point of where, you know, it would make sense to sell at and stuff like that. So again, I know it's not huge margin, but it's definitely not bad. From 65, if I'm extremely patient, again, not getting in right now, but at an average price of 65 to $70, which isn't the highest price point that it's hit, 8.13%. And this is the whole purpose of these live streams. How many of you guys, and again, this is just my opinion, but I think a reason that the people within our Learn, Plan, Profit course group do so well is because we're very realistic with setting a goal and working towards it. I don't know if you guys do this. You guys might be part of other groups, 100%, all power to you. And when it comes down to doing certain breakdowns, right, and when it comes down to planning out your trades for the week, being extremely selective, saying more no than you do yes, and also focusing on quality versus quantity. And instead of trying to take every position every single day to hit 10 to 15% growth, which you might be struggling to do, why not set a goal to take maybe 1 or 2 trades the entire week and setting a goal of, like, let's say 5% just to get the ball rolling. And even with CVNA, I think this is a prime example on when it performs and if it performs the way that we expected it to. When it breaks above 65 and it hits highs of 70, we could follow up with it next week, right? And it covers 8%. That's one trade to exceed that 5% weekly goal. Does that make sense? And again, it's a lot easier said than done, but we could put it to the test. So all those that are paper trading, all those that are doing simulation trading, you know, now's the time to kind of set that stone and seeing if you can actually grow your account by focusing on those quality patterns. So just wanted to, you know, break that one down and see what you guys thought. So CVNA, I think that this one can be a good one if it performs the way that we expect it to. So did I add it? All right, there we go. All right. Wow. I'm going to have to cover this up just because I know it could get a little bit distracting. It's a little bit distracting for myself as well. So there was one. I have to look at some. Okay. Okay, so NVDA. Okay, so NVDA, I would view this to be a little bit more on the overbought side. It is showing signs of an uptrend. It can continue 100% to start pushing up. It's just a little bit more on the overbought side for me. I would set an alert for this break right here. Also, based on the looks of this, the MACD is still starting to push up. I just don't view this to be like the best deal right now. So I'm going to set an alert for a potential pullback and stuff like that. So we could follow up with that. Okay, so ticker symbol DLTR. All right. So DLTR, I really don't like this pattern. Again, this is my opinion. So it's dollar tree showing signs of a continuous downtrend pattern. 1-year analysis, strong downtrend pattern. 3-year analysis. Yeah, it definitely is selling off and stuff like that. So going back to the 180-day analysis and stuff like that, I just see a very strong downtrend pattern. Yes, it can push up. The risk is just a little bit too high for me. I would watch out for this SMA line, which has been acting as a very strong resistance in my eyes. So ticker symbol, I think we already did the breakdown on KEM, but I appreciate the call out, Samuel. So we got ticker symbol WWE. Very strong uptrend pattern, waiting for a potential pullback, stuff like that. So let's wait out for that. This is one that we have followed up with before. So this is that like wrestling corporation, if I'm not mistaken. We could see that it's kind of reaching a resistance. It's kind of been struggling to make higher highs, so I'd be on high alert on this one, right? Set an alert there. The MACD looks good and stuff like that, so I'll just be a little bit more patient when it comes down to the overall direction of WWE. Let's see, NTAP. Okay, actually, I really like this one. So let's check out, and I really like when you guys call these stocks out that I was not already aware of. So I don't know if we've broken down NTAP before. I really like its direction. I think it follows very well with like TNDM, and what was it? Was it ticker symbol CMG? INGN, right? Dang it. What ticker was that? Holy moly. NTAP. Alright. Alright, ticker symbol NTAP. I really like its overall direction. I like how it validates the SMA line very nicely. And it continues to make higher highs and stuff like that. So I find that to be very attractive. I'm going to set an alert to try to get in for a better buy. I kind of see it almost forming a peak already. So this might not be a very strong push. Might be like this recent push that it had where it made this highs, sold off, tried to push up, didn't really make higher highs, sold off, and then made higher highs. So I'm just going to be very patient with this one. And also I'm going to set an alert if it actually starts to make higher highs. So its overall direction is up, so I'm going to add this one to my uptrend pattern, and we could just follow up with it along the week. And if it starts to pull back in its direction, starts to pull back, then I can simply, remove it from my active uptrend watch list and stuff like that. Christian is saying, Ricky, take that wig off, we won't judge. You crack me up. All right. So yeah, no, I don't support this at all. So with the new IPO consolidating support, like no, yeah, I think the ticker symbol NIO is all momentum, all manipulation, and I don't think it's going to last for a very long period of time. I made a video using it as an example. I think it shows a very similar pattern to like ticker symbol NLST and all those lower cap stocks that, but obviously NIO is a recent IPO and stuff like that. But I would completely stay away from it. But yeah. So Tony, ticker symbol SHOP, I like it. Let's check it out. All right, so SHOP as of right now does look a little bit more on the overextended side. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD. It's due for a pullback. Look at that resistance right around 160. It makes sense on why it can pull back from around 130 to 140. Yes, it can potentially bounce around that area, but also this SMA line is showing signs of a descending SMA. So I would just be very careful about, like, if you're not already in right now, I would kind of like be very careful about continuing to, actually stay inside and stuff like that. So I would view this to be more of a sell. It's more at that sell price range than it is at the buy price range in my eyes. And again, just my 2 cents. So thank you again for the call out though. All right. GHL. All right. So GHL showing signs of an uptrend pattern, had a really nice pullback, broke below the SMA line, which it normally doesn't do. Looking at it at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, very low volume. So because of that, I would personally not trade it. But altogether, I would like to see this, if I were even to consider it a buy, it would have to completely push above the SMA line and change its overall recent direction. As of now, you can see its overall direction has been a descending pattern. It's been getting rejected by the SMA line, by the EMA line, which is this blue line right here. And because of that, I wouldn't find this thing to be very attractive. So I would set an alert, see if its direction changes. And if you find it attractive and you're not maybe trading with a lot of money, then that could be maybe something that you would see a value. So yeah. Ticker symbol CROX. Okay, ticker symbol CROX showing signs of a very consistent uptrend pattern. Just made highs 21.75. I would wait still again a little bit for a sell-off. It's definitely pushing up. Great overall direction is pushing up. It's not a good deal right now. I would focus more on getting in for a good deal and for that pullback confirmation. And I'm just going to set my alerts on that. So I should already have this under my pending reversal watch list. I might not. Wow, I did not add the right one. There we go. All right. Looks like a couple people are getting blocked again or removed. So let's just make sure that if you're going to call something out, that it has to be in the ticker call out format. If you're just putting the ticker itself, again, I'm just not going to break it down. Of course, Wally. All right. My goodness, you guys are killing it with these call outs. I don't feel like I've done these many breakdowns in a while, or this many breakdowns in a while. So ticker symbol DNR showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern. I personally, do you guys see this? Do you guys see how it was aggressively pushing and making higher highs, but recently as it hit highs of 550, it's been really struggling to continue that uptrend pattern. It's kind of just been slowing down, almost showing signs of a peak formation. So I would just be very careful on this one to see if its overall direction, which is up, if it continues to hold. And it tends to be like where that SMA line tends to be a better buy. So I would set an alert for a potential pullback confirmation and stuff like that. So 550 tends to be a resistance. So let's see if this opportunity cost is even worth it. It's about 4%, right? And yes, it can continue to push up, but we don't know if it's going to push up. So I'll just be very careful about this one and the direction that it's going to be going right now. So, but yeah, overall, does a really good job holding above the SMA line. It's just showing signs almost a little bit of a peak formation as it's been struggling to aggressively be pushing up and stuff like that. So ticker symbol EGAN. Huge sell-off, potential cup and handle pattern. I'm just going to set an alert and we could follow up with this one. This one will be under the pending reversal watch list because of this very aggressive sell-off due to its earnings. And again, a huge reason I don't hold stocks during earnings is because how they can act as a negative catalyst. Huge sell-off, potential reversal, and I would just simply wait out on that. So, all right. Alright, ticker symbol run. I'm going to do 2 more breakdowns and then that's going to be it for the breakdown part, and then I'm just going to talk to you guys for a little bit, and then for all those that are interested in the Learn Plan Profit course, I'll be talking to you guys for just a little bit in preparation for this week. So overall direction, this is kind of what I mean by ticker symbol, what was it, the one that we just broke down, that was showing signs of an uptrend pattern, but after a certain price point, it became just overextended. It kind of just consolidated and started showing signs of a peak formation. Whoa. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Like now it's not making higher highs. Its overall direction is showing signs of a peak formation. There's consolidation happening right now. And then something that usually follows is a potential sell-off when this thing starts to peak, consolidate, and then starts to sell off. So because of that, I would be very careful about holding this one for a longer period of time. As it's been showing signs of it getting rejected now by the SMA line instead of it validating as a support. So just my 2 cents on that. So let's see. So, and again, for those that are calling out like DGAS and the ones that I normally break down, I'm going to be making a video about that tomorrow. So the reason that I'm not going to be breaking this down is I just want to give the other people chances or a chance to share stocks that they might see value in, just because I always talk about the ETFs that I trade and I just don't want that to be wasted time in this video. So I hope that's okay, and I hope that's something that you guys understand, just because I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. And if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, I 100% will talk about it. So WMT is showing signs of an uptrend pattern. This is Walmart, right? Overall direction, definitely showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Yes, it is showing signs of a sell-off as of right now. I would wait for a potential reversal and kind of wait off on that. Let's check out its volume. Volume shouldn't be too bad. Whoa, what's going on? I think my Thinkorswim crashed. Is it just me or is it you guys as well? Okay. All right. Okay, that was weird. Whoa. Okay. Well, sorry for that inconvenience, but ticker symbol CY. Okay, so ticker symbol CY, definitely showing signs of it being at a price point that's a little bit more on the oversold side. Still no direction of this thing pushing up. Normally it gets rejected around the SMA line to around 1750. So I already have my alert set on this one. I really like ticker symbol CY. That is my opinion, not a suggestion. And I just want this thing to start pushing up, and when it does, it has a very consistent pattern of getting rejected around $17.50 to $18 based on previous patterns. So we could add this one to the pending reversal watch list and go based off of that. So I think the other stock was WMT, which is Walmart. And pretty much I would just set an alert for when it starts to push up and follow up with it then. And last time it got rejected right around this like 97.50 area. Margin of profit isn't huge. Again, it's Walmart, multi-billion-dollar company. So you could expect that. But last breakdown, I'm just going to keep it. We'll give it to this guy. So ticker symbol BILI. So yeah, and my TOS is crashing. Yeah, not sure what's going on. Okay. All right, well, ticker symbol BILI, showing signs of okay, ticker symbol BILI showing signs of an uptrend pattern. MACD overextended, showing signs of a descending pattern. RSI overextended, showing signs of it being much more on the overbought side. It looks like it's been, instead of it getting rejected by the SMA line, it's trying to validate it as a support. So it's kind of risky to be trading it during this time as it starts to try to reverse because it becomes very inconsistent. Again, still sticking to the very basics of just trying to focus on the pattern of trying to focus on getting in for a good deal, waiting for the pullback confirmations, waiting for that overall reversal. I think that you should be okay. So I'm going to go through, I just want to let you guys know that, first of all, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in to our Sunday Stock Talk. There were so many amazing stocks that were called out that I didn't get, I don't have necessarily time within this live stream to break them down, right? The live stream will be then like 2 hours. But one thing that I do want to do is, you guys already have it, right? So for all those that are part of TechBud Solutions and Learn Plan Profit, if you guys can do me the biggest favor, all you guys have to do is go to our Discord chat, right? If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, you can simply go on over to the watch list section and paste it here, tag me, and I will reach out to you if I see value in your call out. So as you might see, I see like, Peanut called out ticker symbol Tesla, put it out, make sure you tag me, and that's all you have to do. Absolutely all you have to do. Same thing if you're part of, or that was part if you're part of TechBuds. If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, we have this group alert section where you can put it in this format. All you have to do is tag me, and I will get back to you if I see value in you. So don't think that you tuned into this video if I didn't break down or call out the stock that you saw value in. Again, the whole purpose is for me to give you my own 2 cents. So if it's something that you guys have time for, then again, just post. I already see you guys tagging me already. I want to thank you absolutely for those that are part of Learn Plan Profit and TechBud Solutions, and for those that are tuning in for the first time, regardless if you're part of our free group or Learn Plan Profit or just watching my videos without being subscribed, regardless of what it is. I hope that you guys know that the reason that we talk about these certain stocks in this certain way of encouraging you to start paper trading first is for you to not risk money that you might not be comfortable with really risking because you might be unfamiliar with the market. We also suggest for you not to trade based on other people's opinion or invest in something that you don't understand. And I think that goes for multiple markets elsewhere, right? So if there's absolutely anything that I can do to better assist you, I just message me, right? Please keep it under 150 characters. If you message me within TechBud Solutions, you really need to condense your message. If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, again, under 150 characters as well. I go through thousands of messages every single day, and it's myself that's responding, and it makes it very difficult for me, almost a little frustrating. Just imagine you having to go through thousands of messages every day with a bunch of FAQs. Just know that I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and if you guys can do me the biggest favor, please be sure to watch these videos before asking, or just be sure to use these search engines, YouTube and Google, to answer your question, or reach out to your brokerage. And if you still can't figure it out, you have myself and my team to assist, right? There was one thing that I wanted to let you guys know for those that aren't familiar with this, is we do have our own little search engine, thanks to one of our members within Learn Plan Profit and TechBud Solutions. So all you have to do is go here to the pin message, right? So you go here to pin message. Oh, I guess it's not within Learn Plan Profit. Let's check it out here. Well, it should be under the announcement section. Let's check this out. So pin messages, if my thing works. But it's this little search engine that will allow you to search up any keywords of videos that I've uploaded before on YouTube. So let's check this out. Here we go. So I'll go here to the Learn Plan Profit link. I'll post it in the TechBud Solutions one as well. So it's under pin messages under the announcement section. You can just click there, click the link. It will take you to this website right here. And let's say that you want to search up videos that I've made about swing trading. Then you just put keyword swing, and it will only search up videos that I've uploaded about swing trading and how I invest in that. So again, hopefully you guys can utilize that specific website to get more condensed and direct information about what it is that you guys have. So yeah, that's one of the crazy things. Soram is saying that there's over 1,300 people that are watching this video right now. There's no words like that I can say that can just tell you guys how much I appreciate time, right? And because I appreciate time so much, I appreciate your guys' time and the time that you invest into not only watching my videos, but working with me every single day, right? Watching me break down stocks, asking certain questions. It makes me a better trader. It makes you and makes me a better instructor as well. And I think it's really mutually beneficial. So just want to thank you guys again, regardless if you're part of TechBud Solutions or Learn Plan Profit. All I really care about is as long as you benefit from watching something of my videos, even if it just simply inspires you and you become successful in starting your own business, that's something so irrelevant from what it is that I do. As long as it's that key factor of just inspiration that hopefully one of my videos cause, I just really wanted to tell you guys thank you again for your time. So if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. Totally don't have to though. Again, don't even worry about it if you guys don't want to. But you guys absolutely make my day. So again, and then we have all of you guys tuning in right here. So there's one thing that I wanted to talk about what my goal is this year. So for some of you, I'm gonna just get because I was talking to my partner Justin, who helps me. He's my partner for my business partner for TechBud Solutions and Learn Plan Profit. There's a lot of people that were asking for discounts this week for those that aren't already part of Learn Plan Profit, and we wanted to do something special for you guys. For those that tuned in to the very end of this video, it's almost about 53 minutes that you guys have invested in our videos, and we really do appreciate it. And what we wanted to offer you was $40 off the Learn Plan Profit lesson library for the first 25 people. I didn't know so many people were going to tune in to this live stream, so let me just double check how many people we have tuning in. But let me go ahead and check this out. So yeah, we have about 1,200 people tuning in right now. And just again, for the first 25 people, for those that are interested, again, you definitely don't have to. Just be sure it's not that first link. The first link is one thing that we are going to be testing out next week. So for those that have ever wanted to watch me trade live, usually only the people that are part of Learn Plan Profit, they get to watch me trade live every single morning. But next week on Thursday, September 20th at 7:30 a.m., I'm going to be hosting my first ever free live stream. All you have to do is click that first link in the description to save your spot. I think we're going to be opening 500 to 1,000 spots. Not too sure yet, but again, it's free. You don't have to if you don't want to. But for those that want to already enroll in the Learn Plan Profit lesson library, one of the links down below says trade stocks with me every day. It says the Learn Plan Profit link, and that's so you can learn a little bit more about what it is that we have to offer. So for the next 25 people, for those that are interested, feel free to use coupon code SUNDAY40. So SUNDAY 40. That will save you $40 off the Learn Plan Profit lesson library for the next 25 people. So that's really just it. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. So 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I'm going to be hosting my free live stream. For those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, if you're enrolled or if you're planning to enroll, I do host a live stream So it's not just the course that you get, right? The course is what will provide you the very basics and foundation, but the biggest thing is you get to work with me every single day. So I'm trading stocks every single day. We work together as a group. And there's this live stream that I host every single morning, and you get to watch me trade live. You get to ask me questions, so it's almost like this, but just with people that are already enrolled that have a higher understanding of investing in the stock market, and we trade stocks together. So it's a really fun environment. If you're not already looking forward to Mondays or the week, I really do think it's something that can really motivate you. And yeah, so again, the promo code is Sunday40, S-U-N-D-A-Y, so the day, right? Sunday, and then 40. Because we're doing $40 off. So, yep, there we go, Sunday 40. You guys have it. And I like it, Kathy. Nice, nice, nice. And again, don't feel encouraged to enroll if it's not something that you guys are comfortable with. Before you enroll, if I could ask you for the 3 biggest favors. First, understand my investing style. I'm very conservative. I'm not a very aggressive momentum trader nor day trader. I tend to focus mainly more on swing trading, but recently I've been focusing more on day trading due to market volatility. Watch my videos. Become familiar with my investing style, learn a little bit more about myself and my backstory and the different markets that I invest in, because it's not just our course that you're investing in, but it's our overall community, right? That you're becoming a part of. And I just want to make sure that it's something that you resonate well with. So in the welcome page, I not only ask you to watch this video that explains what's included, but for you to have an understanding of what our team is like and how and why we work so well together. So I don't know about you guys, but I only do well when I work well with others within my team, and if it's a very bad environment that I don't resonate well with, I don't work out very well, right? So become more familiar with myself, my investing style, me as a person, and if it's something that you see value in, I would love the opportunity to work with. If it's not something that you find attractive, again, you have many different options, people that are much more aggressive when it comes down to trading. I like to focus on realistic growth and consistency, and I like to invest in multiple markets, and that's pretty much just me. So we have 81A Geta saying Ricky is the, and then put little like poop things like Ricky is the shiz and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I'm actually going to have some dinner right now with the guys. And I just want to thank you guys again so much for your time and for everything that is that you guys do. I hope that you guys kill it this week. I'm really looking forward to those that are going to be joining our Learn, Plan, Profit live stream for the first time tomorrow. If you're part of Learn, Plan, Profit, again, one of the requirements that we have for you is in the group alerts section, you have to do your breakdown either by tonight or by tomorrow night and planning out your stock for the week. Again, that is a requirement. I do hold you accountable for that. And just please make sure that if you don't do it, that you post maybe why you're not going to be active this week so the team knows, again. Because it's not just us telling you or sharing what we see value in, but it's everyone as a community and as a team sharing what they see value in as the week and making sure that we're doing this on a consistent basis. So yeah, again, all the links are down below. It should explain everything on how to stay connected. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, that link is down below. I'll be doing a swipe up ad right after this, or swipe up video right after this specific live stream, letting my followers on Instagram as well know about that $40 off. So I'm going to give it about 20 minutes after this live stream, and then I'll post it on Instagram. So yeah, that's really just it. So thank you guys again for your time. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. What do you guys think about my watch? Real quick. What do you guys think about my new watch? Can you guys guess how much it costs? For those that know me will know exactly how much I paid for it. For those that don't know me will probably think I paid an arm and a leg for it. I paid $1.81, just to let you guys know. So hope you guys all have an amazing Sunday. I can't be spending too much money on watches. I have to spend money on canes, right? To fuel my week. Canes and Chipotle. So hope you guys have an amazing week. Keep it simple, keep it consistent, and like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it.